Okay, let's go. Before I get into the Texans and Colts tomorrow, I get to see that here locally. So I'll be giving you the full live play by play of that game tomorrow. Sorry about that. I want to talk about yesterday's game. What an impressive, real Chicago Bear football game yesterday. Give Ben Johnson a lot of credit, boy. I am looking forward to the Bears and the Packers next Sunday. And that's the only game I'm doing next Sunday is the Packers and the Bears. Chicago totally dominated that game. And I'm going to go back to, before I give Chicago their love, I'm going to go back to Philly. And my question with Philly is, when is the bullshit of this young man is going to stop? When it's going to stop? And like I said before, this is go time for Philadelphia. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Dallas may win 4 of their last 5, maybe all 5. And I'll give the Cowboys 11. Let me see, they got 6 already. 6, 5, and 1. They'll give Dallas. They'll give Dallas 11, 5, and 1, and could win that division. I tell you, I said it 2 weeks ago. The NFL is starting now. And for this ass clown, Jalen Hurts, to sabotage the offensive team because he hates A.J. Brown so much. It's like I said, you want to win, Philly. You want to repeat. You better use A.J. Brown a lot more now. It's go time. And the story is, and I reported this almost 2 years ago, he has no respect for Nick Sirianni. He has no respect for the offensive coordinator. It got so bad for him there that he had to talk to Wink Martindale. That's right. The Wink Martindale used to be the defensive coordinator for the Ravens for years, the Giants. And I think he has a Division I football job now. He had to talk to him about how to deal with an inept organization. And it's never good. I could tell you this right now. It's never good when your quarterback don't respect anybody in the room. And, Jalen Hurts is the type of guy that he's straight edge. He think he's better than everybody else. He's one of those guys like RG3, but not as bad as RG3. He has his warts, but damn, bro. And what I see is this. If Philly does not make it back to the Super Bowl, they'll trade Hurts, they'll keep A.J. Brown, and they'll bring in somebody else. They'll bring in a functional QB because this is ridiculous. There. And remember, 2 years ago, Philly went to the Super Bowl. They lost, and they came back and they totally collapsed second half of the season. That could be very possible right now. Which leads me to the Chicago Bears. What a beautiful game plan by Ben Johnson. Boy, Mike McDaniel in Miami could take a page from his book. How to control the clock, how to control both sides of the trenches, and Chicago did that brilliantly yesterday. They had 2 running backs run for over 120 yards each. Caleb was okay. The coach basically took the football out of Caleb's hands, which is a smart thing to do. He had 1 touchdown, 1 pick. But the bottom line, Chicago, very, very impressive. And they go to Lambeau next week. We're going to do that game. Matter of fact, 2 of the next 3 weeks, they play Packers-Bears. 1 game is on a Saturday night. The other game is next Sunday, late afternoon game. The whole country gets to see that game, by the way. I'm going to do the game up here. It's the only game I'm doing. And when I look at both teams, I'm going to jump on the Bears for this one, bro. As a matter of fact, I'll say it now. The Bears can win the division in 3 weeks outright. They can win that division because the Lions are falling apart. And boy, I'll say it now. This is the biggest game of Dan Campbell's career. The Red Hot Cowboys coming in. The whole country's watching. Let's see if he goes for it against Dallas next Thursday night. On Thursday night, since it's 5 days away. But the Bears, I'm going to jump over them next week against the Packers. I knew they'd be good. I didn't think they'd be this good. But to go to Philadelphia and push the Eagles around, had their fans booing them and leaving with like 11 minutes left in the game. Philadelphia fans was leaving down 17-9. You know how embarrassing that looks? Speaking of playing awesome, I was watching the Avalanche. That's why I pushed the time of me doing this an hour up. Because I wanted to see the Avalanche, how good they are, boy. They are scary. They're beating down the Canadians right now like it's nothing. I know Miami won today. Ohio State, who cares? It's college football, is not the pros. I like doing the pros, the real men. Okay? Not these NIL clowns that think they're big shit, and half of them is nothing. Okay? But back to the Bears. Ben Johnson. Now, it's going to be the thumbnail next week. Ben Johnson, Matt LaFleur. He really trashed Matt LaFleur in his introductory press conference, and that's going to be something next Sunday in Lambeau. Bear fans are believing. And yesterday, I know Papa Bear, George Hallis, Mike Ditka, Steve McMichael, Walter Payton, The Fridge. I know Richard Dent. I know all those guys, Dave Dorison. I know all those guys were smiling yesterday to see the Bears play Bears football. It's about goddamn time that the Bears went back and played Bears football. It was beautiful to watch. I enjoyed calling the game yesterday, and I can't wait to call the game next Sunday. It's your late game, 4:25 Eastern, 3:25 in Midwest and the Southland, 2:25 Mountain, and 1:25 out in the Pacific Northwest. Bears, Packers. Wow. Isn't that something? 192 hours away from now. Bears, Packers. God willing, I'll be up here doing the game. Cannot wait for next Sunday. Love the Bears right now. If the Bears win next week, they'll have control of that division. And they got a tough schedule. They go to San Francisco. They got some tough games coming up. Okay. Let's leave me to this team right here. A team that doesn't fancy the people's imagination, but I've watched them all year, and I could tell you, folks, their defense is a monster. It's the best defense in football going right now. And they have done most of this without C.J. Stroud. He comes back tomorrow. Daniel Jones playing with a broken fibula. They have no faith in Anthony Richardson. I don't blame them. And old Bargoff tried to tell me 2 years ago he revolutionized the game. I'm like, what the F are you talking about, bro? Seriously? Anthony Richardson revolutionized the game of football, really? Wow. I don't know what he's been watching. But back to what I was saying. I am excited to do this game tomorrow. And the reason why I'm excited to do the game tomorrow is because I want to see this Houston defense in a big spotlight. They're in Kansas City next Sunday night, by the way. They're in Arrowhead next Sunday night. So the Chiefs are looking at a double barrel shotgun. I think Chiefs lose next Sunday night. They're done. It's over for them. This whole Chief regime, I don't want to hear about it no more. No more. Okay? Because guess what? Something I told you. And they're going to be on tomorrow night. Do not watch the game tomorrow night, folks. Denver and the Redskins on Sunday Night Football. What the F is NBC thinking about? You could have put this game right here on Sunday night. NBC. Football is not the NBA. Where the NBA got to see the players, but those ass clowns, their fan base, those ass clowns worship. Okay? You put Houston, Indianapolis, we're all watching next week. And we're all watching tomorrow night. This game tomorrow, I know there's people are saying around the country, is nothing else better to watch. But I'm not like the fans around the country. Okay? And here, if the team is on a heater, like Houston is defensively, we will do that juggernaut of defense. And today, the question we have for Houston is, can their defense run the table in the AFC? And I think it's going to be tough. The schedule is very manageable. It's not Denver and Indy and Green Bay, the Bears, Detroit. They got killer schedules. And didn't I tell you all back in the summertime, don't believe the hype about the NFC North because this year they're playing the NFC East and the NFC AFC North. Didn't I tell you that? Didn't I tell you? Okay. We'll look at some games that are going to be featured tomorrow. Um, but right now, um, that man right there, Will Anderson, is hell on wheels, baby. And that defense is very dominant. And I don't know what to call it. If they win tomorrow, Indianapolis, remember, was 7-1, 8-2. And if they lose tomorrow, the Texans would have caught them in Jacksonville. Who the hell would have thought that? Dead ass. They would catch both of them. And don't look now. Colts go to Jacksonville next week, but I cannot take the Jaguars. They are so goddamn boring. And Trevor Lawrence is very underwhelming. Okay, it's underwhelming as a QB. You know. I mean, matter of fact, let me look at the schedule now. 2 weeks of bonanza. These are the games. The Chiefs fighting for their lives. Home against the Chargers. The game I'm going to do 2 weeks from tomorrow. Buffalo at New England. That'll be our early game up here next in 2 weeks from tomorrow. Then the late games. Listen to this. Detroit at the Rams. Colts at Seattle. It's another big game. Broncos and Packers 2 weeks from tomorrow in Denver, Rocky Mountain High. And then the nightcap for the bandwagon Cowboy fans, they're going to give the Vikings up for slaughter against the Cowboys 2 weeks from Sunday. So as the NFL season continues to march on, the games get better and better, especially the late games. I mean, next week, my God, I mean, I have a choice. I don't know which way I'm going. I'll just say this. Detroit lose to Dallas. I'm not even looking at that game. So it's between Green Bay and Denver. That's a CBS game. That's probably a game we get in New York, that one. Oh, yeah, we're going to get that game in New York. They're not going to show us Indy and Seattle. And then on Fox, it's going to be Detroit at the Rams. Detroit fighting for their lives, folks. They're fighting for their lives. So are the Chiefs. It's not something. And if the Eagles lose next week, they'll join them. Shit, the way Dallas is going right now. And then next week, straight football, we're going to cover all those 5 games next Saturday. We'll cover all of them individually. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Back to Houston. This defense is nothing to sneeze at. This defense is as good as any I've seen in a while. And it's led by this man, Will Anderson. And if you're a fan of the Texans, God is blessing you right now. If you're a football fan, tune in tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern. Like I said, the game is shown locally here, so because the Jets are playing Atlanta and the Giants against New England. If you want to see Drake May, tune in Monday night. I'm not tuning in Monday night. Shit. Next time you all see me will probably be um, I have to look at the NBA and see how that schedule is going. May do an NBA game or two. Raptors playing very well. I may do the Raptors this week, depending on how I feel. You know what I mean, guys? Feel me? Houston. I expect them to go to Indianapolis and win the game. And that's the only way the Chiefs are going to get in to see the Colts collapse. But do you really want to play Houston? You got to play them next Sunday night in Arrowhead. But you really want to see this defense right now? If Houston has a floor, they don't run the football well. And you know which way they're going in the draft. They'll go out and get the best running back free agent. Defense is unreal, man. And we're going to see it live and via satellite in living color tomorrow. For those of you who care to watch. I know a lot of you guys act like NBA pussies, but you guys, no, it's not. I don't want to see Houston. Yeah, well, that's too bad. Then don't watch. Go watch the pussy ass NBA. You go do that. Okay? Go over there and do that. No one's going to miss you. All right, Jared Jones running his mouth again saying he will offer Parsons to the Jets for Quentin Williams. And we believe that. I got farmland for you. Well, Jared just love him some attention. Don't he? Don't collapse now. Don't do that. Because I don't want to hear it. So go live in your limelight, Dallas, with your flunky fans cheering you on. We're going to take a look at the next 3 weeks on the schedule. Week 16 will be in Seattle for the rematch against the Rams. Let's see what the other games are tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I'm curious. All right, Seahawks, Falcons, no. Steelers, Ravens at 1 o'clock, no. They bore me to death, both of those teams. Colts, Jaguars, I was going to do that game, but I don't want to be bored to death. Dolphins, Jets, oh, that's next week. I keep forgetting. No, this must be. Yeah, this is the schedule. Interesting. Oh, this is next week. Okay. Let me go back to this week. Next week is a bore fest, folks. Thank God they moved Green Bay and Chicago late next week. Thank you, Jesus. All right, tomorrow, Rams Panthers. Interesting. But I'm down on the Panthers the way that Dave Canales played pussy and wouldn't let Bryce Young call the game. Niners and Browns. Shador Sanders against the 49ers. It's going to be snowing in Cleveland tomorrow. Good luck, Shador. Game that we'll be doing tomorrow, Texans and Colts. Saints, Dolphins. Dolphins trying to get back to respectability. And then we'll be doing late tomorrow the Vikings and Seahawks, Bills and Steelers. And why they left the Broncos and Commanders, I don't know. I don't know. NBC, what the hell are you thinking? You could have put Indy against Houston. You got the bullshit Patriots and Giants. Let's see next week. Next week, Seahawks, Falcons, Steelers, Ravens. Yeah, I'll be on next week at 4 o'clock, and we'll do Bears Vikings next week. Texans and Chiefs is the night game. And then the week I was telling you guys about, that week, the early games, like I said, Ravens Bengals rematch from yesterday. 2 nights ago. If you care for that. Bills, Patriots, Chargers, Chiefs are your early games. And your late games are Packers, Broncos, Lions, Rams, Colts and Seahawks, Titans and 49ers. Good luck with that. And then Dallas is the night game. Dolphins, Steelers is just Monday night game. And then week 16, we'll be in Chicago for the rematch. We'll do Thursday night Rams, Seahawks, Saturday Packers and Bears. And then Sunday, Patriots and Ravens, Buccaneers and Panthers. That's going to be for the division title. Chargers and Cowboys for some. And on the bandwagon will be there. Jaguars and Broncos. Steelers, Lions. That's a CBS doubleheader game. Wow. I really don't want to do none of these games. They will definitely flex that Dolphin Bengal game. And if I'm them, I will put Chargers, Cowboys, or Patriots and Ravens. I will do that. Or NFL to say, you know what? Fuck it. Give us the Packers and Bears on Sunday night in Chicago. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Mm. You could put the Jaguars and Broncos there if you want to do that. And just put the Bengals and Dolphins at 4 o'clock on CBS. And the night game, Mr. Miami's birthday, 49ers at Colts. You know I'm doing that. You know, goddamn well I'm doing that one. So I ain't I ain't doing Patriots Ravens. Ravens just put me to sleep. Shit, I may just take the Sunday off. The way this schedule is looking. Here's the doubleheader that week. CBS. Okay. And then week 17. Christmas Day, Cowboys and Redskins, Lions, Vikings. Nothing exciting. Broncos and Chiefs. And then Sunday, for a good 4 o'clock game. Well, the late game that day, the late game is Eagles and Bills and Orchard, Bears and the 49ers that night. So NBC get a phenomenal night game, Bears and Niners. And the Monday nights, the Rams and Vikings. I would probably do, looking at it right now, for week 17. Mm, I'll do Bears 49ers. That's the only game I'm doing that day. Is Bears and the 49ers that Sunday night. That's it. I mean, I can do Buccaneers Dolphins. That's for personal reasons. But Christmas night will be on with the Broncos and the Chiefs. That game is on Amazon Prime. So that's all. The next few weeks will be up here, and I'm looking forward to that. Let's recap the games from Thursday. You know who I'm saving for last, and you know who I'm going to start with. I'm going to start with the Ravens really embarrassing themselves against um, Joe Burrow. Look, if you're a Ravens fan, that was as bad as laying egg as you can get. Remember, you gotta play the Steelers twice. You gotta play the Bengals again, and you gotta go to Lambeau. So it's not gonna be easy for you like the ass clowns on ESPN makes it out to be for you. I'll also say this to you: don't let love the Bears, because if that happens, it's going to be a very frosty, cold afternoon in Lambeau Field, Lamar. And you know damn well, Star Child, that that quarterback you're going up against will be on the other side of the field. I'm just saying. And if you saw his arm talent, I'll get to that. Let me get to let me get to Dallas. Um, you gotta love Patrick Mahomes, man. No matter what you think about him, how you feel about him, you gotta love Mahomes, man. He did as much as you can to help try to lead his team to victory. Unfortunately, um, they fell short. And now Dallas is feeling it. You know, all the national media and the bandwagon Cowboy fans like Raven Knight is celebrating that they feel Dallas is back. Well, I'll tell you what, with that schedule, Dallas may win out, go 11-5, folks. Now the Rams will have home field, but they're going to be competing against Green Bay, Chicago, and Tampa for a high seed. Tampa, get it right, folks. They're going to run the table because they got 6 very winnable games. But what Tampa team going to get? The team that we saw the first 8 games, or the team we saw the last month? And they are banged up. Okay, they are banged up, but we'll see. That's why they play the games. And Dallas was very impressive. Put a smile on Jerry Jones's face. Cowboy fans were celebrating, and to be honest with you, they deserve that. Okay, they're doing a good job. That trade, like I said, the Jet trade with them and the trade with Green Bay was good trades for all everybody around, and that's what you like to see. But you know how the media is. Because they're so up Jerry Jones and that Blue Stars ass that they ain't going to paint these trades one way. Well, guess what? If Dallas continues to play the way they're playing, they're going to be a tough, tough out. But let me also add this. You could put the Rams in that equation. You could put the Bears in that equation. You could put definitely Green Bay in that equation. They win against Chicago next week. So it's not going to be easy for the Cowboys. That's what I'm trying to say. Because the other teams are beginning to surge at the right time. Okay? Wow. And don't forget the 49ers, all banged up. They are playing very good, consistent football with a mediocre quarterback at best, who they just gave $257 million to. What the hell are they thinking out there? That is as stupid as it's cold here in the Northeast right now. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Which leads me, last but not least, the Packers. Jordan Love, the arm talent, the arsenal was in full display with his arm talent on Thursday. The world got to see it. And that touchdown he threw to Wicks in the corner, the fastball that he threw. That's what I'm talking about when you talk about QBs with legit arm talent. Like I said, Murray, Love, Rodgers, Mahomes, Josh Allen now utilizing his arm skills, Herbert, Caleb Williams. Ain't too many of them in the league for folks with so much arm talent. I don't hear about Prescott. I don't hear about Joe Burrow. Okay, Prescott is a pure passer, pocket passer. He's done a hell of a job. And I'm telling you, Molina is he don't understand how the American media works. Dak Prescott go 11-5, folks. He is the MVP of the league. Unfortunately for Matthew Stafford, he's going to win the MVP. Dallas looking real strong, folks. Packers got to show more. Bears was that was so damn sexy, taking the ball out of Caleb's hands against the top three defense, and the Bears shoved it right down their throats. That is what you call championship football by the Bears yesterday. I was so impressed with the Bears. I said, I cannot wait for next Sunday, Bears Packers. Jaden Reed comes back next week, so Green Bay will have that same arsenal they had 2 years ago. Remember, 2 years ago, Tucker Kraft barely got on the field. So what they have now is the team they had 2 years ago. What Love did against the Lions 2 years ago, he did better on Sunday. And also, the game before, he had a showdown with Justin Herbert. And for the first time in his young career 2 years ago, he came back with less than 2 minutes to go in Lambeau and beat Herbert. And Herbert said some nice things to him, said that you have arrived now. I love you because they're very close friends from the draft of 5 years ago. And then Love just went on just against the Giants, gave them the lead late. Defense again choked, let Tommy DeVito look like Roger Starbuck. And to me, I'll say it again, that Green Bay defense is going to make it or break it because Love in the offense is now that LaFleur came back to his senses. They're going to do their thing. I mean, now you're going to see Jordan Love the rest of the year, the last 6 games, display his arsenal. Okay. Bears next Sunday, we'll all see it. Bears was just, oh God, with the Bears so sexy yesterday. Just running it down the throat of the Eagles. Time of possession. Dominant. You know where the Bears are dominant at, folks? Remember, their 2 linebackers been out all year. They're coming back soon. Where the Bears is dominant is that front line. Jesus, all 300-pound monsters. That's how you build your team. Papa Bear, George Hallis, Dick Buckus, Gale Sayers, Walter Payton, Mungo and McMichael, Richard Dent, Dave Dorsey, Dan Hampton, Matt Suey. They're all smiling right now. This is an awesome play call by Ben Johnson. And oh my God, I was so mesmerized during the game yesterday. I said, Jesus, wow, was Chicago breathtaking yesterday? Just playing power football. Didn't mess around with anything. This is for my man 305. Run to the left. Run to the right. Run up the gut. That was the Bears yesterday. This a master class in coaching yesterday by Ben Johnson. Outstanding job by Ben Johnson. Outstanding. Wow, was that a clinic yesterday? Okay. Back to Love. What the scintillating arm talent display. And now the Arsenal's back. Got Dontavian Wicks back involved again. They didn't really need Josh Jacobs. Thank God. And since that clown's been there, the offense has been not interested. They're interested now. You know why? Because they're going to throw that goddamn football every chance they get, beginning now. And again, Jordan Love shows you, folks, 19 touchdowns, 3 picks now on the year. He's going to throw over 30 touchdowns. He's going to get on a heater now. My question is, I think the Packers will move the ball on the Bears. The question is going to be can the Packers stop the Bears' power running game? And in Denver, can he throw against that defense of the Broncos, which is just out of this world? Then they play the Bears again. Then the Ravens come in. The Ravens are going to be fighting for their lives in frosty Lambeau. And then they end the season at Minnesota. So it's going to be interesting down the stretch. Love definitely going to get a game ball. For week 13, without a doubt. He deserves it. And he'll get one this week. What a job he's done. Oh, good God, boy. I tell you. I mean, LaFleur, I don't know what the hell he's thinking with Josh Jacobs, bro. You better put the ball in God's hands, which is Jordan Love. You put the goddamn football in his hands and let him do like he did yesterday. And now that they're healthy again and receiver Jaden Reed comes back next week, get ready to see something nice from the Green Bay offense. Okay? I'll tell you right now, he has the best looking cheerleader in the world. He's married to. He goes home to bed every night. God damn, it's Ronita. It's whew. Wow. Absolutely masterclass performance by Jordan Love on Thursday. Which leads me back to this Houston team. How good are they? I think them in Seattle, especially Seattle's the new juggernaut, folks, in the league. You just don't see it because you don't watch it. And the question for Seattle is 2 things. Number 1, can we see Kenneth Walker the third, or whatever the goddamn title is, run for over 100 yards these next couple of weeks when they need him? Because I'll say it right now, Seattle, if I'm them, this kid Love is on the board from Notre Dame. When you pick, you trade up and get him. Okay? You trade up and get him, and I promise you, I will make you the favorite in the NFC next year. Okay? You do that. Okay, because this running back is killing them. Number two, Sam Donald in a big game like like uh, Johnson did yesterday. Take the ball out of Sam Donald's hands. We saw it against the Rams 2 weeks ago. He imploded. He almost imploded last week in Tennessee. And Jigba is gonna he's gonna break Jerry Rice's record, folks, which is incredible. Seattle, very manageable schedule. A lot of games at home coming up. They rectified winning in that palace, which is Quest Field, and we'll be there tomorrow. And I cannot wait to get this game out there, which is going to be a spectacle among spectacles tomorrow. The Vikings, they hate the Vikings out there. These two teams hate each other, and it's going to be a little tougher than Seattle thinks. But that coach is outstanding, and that team is outstanding, and they're going to get that running game going. Watch out. And I don't know what Kenneth Walker the fourth. Okay? Show some goddamn production. Can you? Will you? Can you? Pittsburgh and Buffalo tomorrow. The interesting thing about this is, will the Steelers defense, yeah, you hear me right. Will TJ Watt and the boys show up for this one? Okay, it's big. This is big for both teams. It's really big for Buffalo. Because they lose that. They're already 3 behind the Patriots. They lose that, folks. It's going to be tough going up to Foxborough in 2 weeks. We'll be in Foxborough in 2 weeks. That'll be our early game up here. It's going to be tough. I mean, they expect 70,000 in Foxborough for that game, and Patriots playing for the number 1 seed in the league. I'll tell you right now, all roads go through Foxborough. It's going to be a problem for the rest of the A.F.C. It really is. And I said this the other night when I was on. When I was on yesterday, matter of fact. Denver, Houston, Pittsburgh, New England, they're not afraid of Kansas City or Buffalo. You know why? Defense and the power running game travels. Why the hell you think the Bears did what they did yesterday? They said, Caleb, we're not going to let you run wild. Okay? We're going to put the ball in the 2 running backs' hands. And what a goddamn performance those 2 put on yesterday. Just a masterclass. That's the way you play football, the way the Chicago Bears did yesterday. Just awesome job by Ben Johnson. Play calling was absolutely brilliant. Remind me a lot of Mike Shanahan's play call. So, give you a couple more minutes. I like Houston tomorrow. I think they'll shut down the broken fibula Daniel Jones. I think this idiot coach, what's his name, Steichen, to not give the ball to, now he won't win the MVP, Jonathan Taylor, last week. Did you really believe that Daniel Jones was going to win you that game in Arrowhead without the usage of Taylor? Are you out of your mind? Now it's going to be some game in Indy tomorrow. I expect Houston to win that game. I put the money on Houston, so I like to gamble up here. You know that. Rams in Carolina tomorrow. My question is, which Ram team is going to show up tomorrow? The team that is going to should really demoralize Carolina, or a team that is going to be a little off-kilter. But I think the Rams will beat them tomorrow. Again, I would like to see Dave Canales let Bryce Young win the game for him. and run Rico Dowdell. You can run them against the Rams defense. I think this game, if both teams come to play, I'll give the Rams the win, but it will be a lot closer if both teams came to play. And let Bryce Young throw that football, okay? You do that. What else we got tomorrow? Niners and Browns. We care about Shedeur Sanders. I don't care about Shedeur Sanders. And like I said about Shedeur Sanders, he is the best quarterback in the draft. I don't want to hear about Jackson Dart, okay? Jackson Dart's going to get a real education on what Patriots football is all about. What's up, that boy? You want to pull up for a couple minutes before I go eat dinner? So, I don't want to hear about Jackson Dart and that bullshit. Okay, that train is already derailed. All right, it's derailed already. Let's do some hockey scores real quick. College football is mercifully winding down. I would make my phone dying. All right, bro. I'll see you. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I'll be on with the pregame show at 10:30 tomorrow in the morning. Take a little break and then I'll be back. We'll get right to Indianapolis tomorrow and then we'll go to Seattle and watch that ball club try and bury the Vikings tomorrow. So, so Indy, Texans tomorrow, Vikings, Seahawks tomorrow. Most of the country will see Steelers and Bills tomorrow. I'm doing the Seahawks tomorrow. And I'm not doing Denver and Washington tomorrow night. Yep, 10:30 in the morning tomorrow. I'll be on that live and via satellite from the studio of champions. And that is it for me, everybody. I appreciate you all coming and listening. That boy, thank you, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow morning in exactly 17 and a half hours from now. I'll be on live pregame show. Then I'll be back at 12:30. Probably come back at 1 o'clock and get it started. I'm going to do everything in the morning. Weather, fantasy, injury report. When I come on the air, I'll do the injury report right away. So you guys will know before kickoff who's playing, who's not. Love you guys. Thank you guys. You're the best. Tomorrow morning, pregame. Aloha. Thank you to people in the clouds too. I appreciate you. See you tomorrow. Good day from the Oasis.